Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. So today we're going to be learning about fractions. Have you ever wondered what fractions really are and how to work with them? Well, by the end of the video, you'll be a fraction expert. So let's get started. So what exactly is a fraction? Well, a fraction is a way to represent a part of a whole. Think of it as cutting something into equal pieces. It has two parts, the numerator, which is the number on the top and tells us how many parts we have, and the denominator, which is the number on the bottom and tells us the total amount. So for example, if we have 8 slices of pizza in total and I eat one slice of pizza from the 8, the fraction will be 1/8. Now there are three different types of fractions. The first type of fraction is a proper fraction, where the numerator is smaller than the denominator, like 1/6. The second type of fraction is an improper fraction, where the numerator is larger than the denominator, like 9/2. And the third type is a mixed number, which is a combination of a whole number and a proper fraction, such as 2/3, where 2 is the whole number and 2/3 is the proper fraction. Now let's convert an improper fraction to mixed numbers. So say we have 9/2. How would we convert 9/2, which is an improper fraction, to a mixed number? Well, the first step is to divide the numerator by the denominator. So in this case, 9 divided by 2, which gives us 4, remainder 1. Now the 4 will be the whole number, and the remainder 1 will be our new numerator, and the denominator stays the same. So 9/2 as a mixed number will be 4 1/2. Now let's go the opposite way and convert mixed numbers to improper fractions. How do we do this? Well, the first step is to multiply the denominator by the whole number. So say we have 3 2/4. The first step would be to multiply 4 by 3, which gives us 12, and then add the numerator. So 12 plus 2 is 14, and 14 will be our new numerator. The denominator will stay the same, so it will still be 4. So 3 2/4 as an improper fraction will be 14/4. Now let's have a look at adding fractions with the same denominator. If the denominators are the same, it's super easy. All we need to do is just add the numerators. So in this case, 1/4 plus 2/4 will give us 2 plus 1, which are the numerators, which gives us 3, and the denominator stays the same. So our answer will be 3/4. But what if our denominators are different? This is a little bit more complicated, but let's take it in steps. So if we have 1/3 plus 1/4, the easiest way to add fractions or subtract fractions with different denominators is to cross multiply. So our first step is to multiply 3 by 1, which gives us 3. And the second step is to multiply 4 by 1, which gives us 4. And then these two numbers need to be added together. So 4 plus 3 equals to 7. And 7 is our new numerator. Now to work out the denominator, all we need to do is multiply the two denominators. So in this case, 4 and 3. So 4 multiplied by 3 gives us 12. So 12 will be our new denominator. So 1/3 plus 1/4 equals to 7/12. Now let's have a go at multiplying fractions. So when you're multiplying fractions, it's quite simple. All we need to do is multiply across. So for example, if we have 1/5 multiplied by 2/3, all we do is multiply the two top numbers, which gives us 2 times 1 is 2, and then multiply the two denominators, which is 5 times 3, which gives us 15. So our final answer will be 2/15. Now, if we're dividing fractions, is slightly complicated, but all you need to do is remember the key rule, which is keep, change, and flip. So let's go over it step by step. If you have a question like this, 1/2 divided by 5/9, your first step, following the rule, is to keep the first fraction as it is. So in this case, 1/2 stays the same. The next step is to change the sign. So the divide sign becomes multiply. And then the third step is to flip the final fraction. So 5 over 9 flipped over becomes 9 over 5. Now it's quite easy. All you need to do is multiply this fraction as we did in the previous example. So 1 over 2 multiplied by 9 over 5. 9 times 1 is 9, and 5 times 2 is 10. So our answer is 9 over 10. Now, sometimes you'll need to simplify a fraction. This means reducing it to its simplest form. So let's simplify 6 over 8. The first step is to find the greatest common factor. What number goes into both 6 and 8? In this case, it's 2. Now, so all we need to do is divide both numbers by 2. 6 divided by 2 gives us 3, and 8 divided by 2 gives us 4. So our final answer is 3 over 4. So 6 over 8 simplified is 3 over 4. Now the final question that you could get in an exam is to work out fractions of amounts. So for example, if we have 3 over 5 of £170, first step we need to do is divide the amount by the denominator. So £170 divided by 5 gives us 34. And then we multiply 34 by the numerator, which is in this case 3. So 34 by 3 is 120. So 3 over 5 of £170 is 120. So let's try a few questions. These 3 questions are everything that we've gone over today. So you can pause the video and have a go at these questions yourself. And then we'll go over them together. Okay, so hopefully you didn't find them too hard. Let's go over the first question. 7 over 10 minus 8 over 3. Now this is very similar to the example we went over when we were adding fractions. Instead of adding, as I mentioned before, you just subtract. So you still cross multiply. So in this case, you do 10 times 8, which is 80, subtract by 7 times 3, which is 21, over 10 times 3 for to multiply the denominators, which is 30. And then you just work that out. So 80 minus 21 equals to 59, and the denominator just stays the same. So the answer is 59 over 30. Now for the second question, it says 9 over 11 divided by 6 over 7. Now remembering previously, you need to remember the key rule, which is keep, change, and flip. So first step is keep the first fraction as it is. The second step is to change the divide sign to multiply. And the third step is to flip the final fraction. So 6 over 7 becomes 7 over 6. And then it's quite easy, you just multiply across. So 9 times 7 is 63, and 11 times 6 is 66. Now having a look at this fraction, 63 over 66, you need to simplify this down, as both of these numbers have a greatest common factor of 3. So 63 divided by 3 gives us 21, and 66 divided by 3 gives us 22. And the final question is 12 1 over 2 divided by 5 over 8. So the first step we need to do is convert this mixed number into an improper fraction. So 12 1 over 2 as an improper fraction, first step we need to do is multiply the whole number by the denominator, which is 12 times 2, which gives us 24, and then add the numerator, which is 25. And if you remember previously, the denominator stays the same. So it will be 25 over 2. And then having a look at the question, it's a division question. So you just need to remember the rule of keep, change, and flip. So you keep the first fraction as it is, so 25 over 2, change the divide sign to multiply, and then flip the final fraction. So 5 over 8 becomes 8 over 5. And then it's a simple multiplication. 25 multiplied by 8 gives us 200, and 5 times 2 gives us 10. Now, having a look at this fraction, 200 over 10, you can just divide this. So 200 divided by 10 gives us 20. So our final answer is 20. So I hope you got all of those right. Now, just a few quick tips for working with fractions before we finish off. So always check if your answer can be simplified. When adding or subtracting fractions, make sure the denominators are the same. And if you follow the rule of cross multiplication, then your answer will always be right. And finally, practice, practice, practice. So fractions will always get easier the more you work with them. And that's it. So now you know the basics of fractions. Remember that fractions are just parts of a whole, and with practice, they'll make perfect sense. So if this video helped you, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more maths tips and lessons. Thank you for watching.